Yeah, with Bonnie Tam Tam as engineer. I mean, one night we sat in there and we didn't realize that daylight, you know. And at the same time, they were laying the tracks like "Very Well I'm Leaving" and all them kind of sounds, right? And as soon as the engineer them finished, there me and Bonnie Tam Tam was to capture the dub and cut the dub straight there, you know. So we were the first sound ever to play songs like those.
Them days when man was playing dubs to go straight to man's head. You see, it's not like today when we are playing dubs and it's good and there, but them days, and then man was cutting dubs, really cutting dubs to go to a man's head.
In the old days, it was big. If you play a tune that a next man have, man will throw his away in the dance. You know what I mean? Because he's not playing that again. Now he say you have it. You know what I mean? And man used to have to sign off their sound. This was in a roots dance. You know, if you're not a good sound, take off your sound. I was at a dance one day and a song called Jungle Man. They walk over to the next sound and took their record off the deck. God, their sound rule. Their sound rule, you know what I mean? There was a militant sound, Jungle Man. But in today's day, probably because of times we are living in, the message is more unity and love in the dance, because what we see in the outside world, this is our little time and space to do what we want when we're in the arena, the dance arena. So it's our time to tell the people what we defend is the voice of Rasta, is the voice of the poor, is the voice of the ghetto people. So roots music, it don't really carry clash today, it carry more unity vibes, you know. You still might have little competition, man buy this amps and the next man I get better amps, and you know, man might get 2,000 watt amps, next man get 5,000 watt amps just to be better. But the clash thing now really work. To be out there, you just have to do the work good, you know, and perform it right, and you know, everything Irish still.
Is keeping the whole thing about Rastafari within the music as well, you know, because that is roots music, you know, that is what roots music is, that's where it comes from. It comes from the message. I found myself through roots music, through listening to Bob Marley, Burning Spear, Dennis Brown and these people back in the day. That's how I found Rastafari. And Rastafari is the greatest thing in my life, because that's what guides me. And without the music, I wouldn't have had that. And without being involved in roots music, perhaps I wouldn't have continued my tradition in the way I had. you know, if I had veered off and probably gone into hip hop or soul, your influence would have probably gone somewhere else, you know, because you don't see Rastas doing anything else but roots music. That's the identity. So it's really important for the music to keep buzzing, you know, and it's really important for the vibes of Rastafari to be told in the music. Because you can get any other message in any other music going on. You know, play something else if you want to hear anything else. But, you know, for the meditation, you know, it has to be the roots.
Myself, like I said, I'm not a Rasta man, but there's a spiritual thing going off still, you know, and there's a teaching thing with the music and a learning thing and a message thing, you know, which I hope people will take in and kind of understand. You know, this is what it's about. It's not just about boof, 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 boof. There's more to it, you know. We don't come from just that, you know what I mean? We come from a time where it's about the music and its message. Learn your history, learn this, you know, it's an education thing. So I feel that personally as well, you know. It's like we have to be on a little kind of mission. We're not sort of like having to grab people by the scruff of their necks and say, you've got to listen to this and take it in or get out of my dance, you know what I mean? But it's just like, listen to it, you know what I mean? And see how you feel about, you know, what these guys are singing about. Because even if it's about Jah and Rastafari, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to start locks up, you know, and start going, yes, Rasta, Jah, blah, 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 you know. But you can be a spiritual person and deal with love and unity and honesty and good vibes and, you know, that kind of stuff there. So that's what we hope people will get out of it. Yeah.
I've always said it's the half that's never been told. For me, that's what reggae is. You know, if you're a person who studies history and you want to know more about your roots and know more about yourself and know about other people too, you know what I mean? Reggae music teaches you a lot. It's actually a tradition, it's a history, it's a culture from coming from day back to Africa to the Caribbean, and now it's gone worldwide. So I just see reggae music as universal now. It's because of the message. The message is vital.
A lot of people who go to roots dance, whether they be Rasta or not, whether they went with the intention of getting rid of a burden or not, they have heard them make comment to me like, boy, you know what, Simba, I feel different. Coming out of that sound, I feel like all my problems have gone. My shoulders feel light, like I was carrying something and it's gone, you know?
To some people, going to a club is just going, I don't know, you know? But to other people, a dance hall is almost like a church or a temple. Because from ancient times, man gathered together, play drums, do you know what I'm saying? And give thanks or whatever. This is what works. When your music is played on the sound system, it's like coming from the pulpit. The sound system is like the pulpit. and the man playing the sound is like the priest. Yeah.
Reggae music to me is like a church, but it's a Rasta, you know? And I get my vibes from the music and just the vibes of the music, because it's a very deep, conscious music, reggae music, roots music, and I feel very spiritual, and I move in the way the spirit want me to move. That's why I jump and skank and, you know, Holy Spirit want me to move, I move. And it's very deep, I'm very serious in my music, roots music, very deep. We have to inspire the youth to come up now in roots music, 17, 16, and there's a lot of gun shooting and war and, you know, too much killings is happening. And so we want to inspire the youth to come up in reggae music and see the lights and say reggae music is good and, you know, keep off the streets and too much, you know, just keep playing reggae music.
Growing up in the Rewa studio, so like listening from a youngster, the vibe was always there. I started feeling the vibe for the root stuff, and yeah, I guess around 96, 97 I started producing.
Like both of us, we come from parents who've been in the industry for nearly 40, 30 years. So it runs through our blood as babies to listening to records just in our mother's wombs around music and so forth. It was just natural progression, I think, at the end of the day, from birth till now. So yeah, it was evolution.
That's the problem with the UK, man. It's like they don't really take the roots scene or the reggae scene generally seriously.
It's frowned upon.
It's like they will more follow the hip hop act, or they more follow the R&B act, and the Beyonce singing whatever. But it's like reggae. Nah,
that's like my dad's music. Yeah.
Obviously, seeing my dad from when I was younger, he was a young man, but now he's getting old, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, who's gonna be left? Who's gonna be left? Like, I can't see no youths coming up, man. I really can't. Like, apart from Young Warrior here, I can't see no youths serious in this dub thing coming up. So when all the legends go, which Shaka and Mad Professor now are, legendary status, who's gonna be left, man?
Our father's work was serious work. They didn't just take up this thing and thought, oh yeah, I'm gonna just start a studio one day and yeah, just see what happens. It wasn't in that vein. They never started like that. So we, as coming into the music and actually loving the music, we have to take on the same kind of superior heading and be militant in what we're doing, because we're not just carrying a record, we're carrying years and years and years of work, but that was done before us. To, you know, that's what that's the weight on our shoulders. There's no choice. There's no other way. I'm responsible for my father's empire. Huge. But I respect and I honour that I have that responsibility, because not many, I'd say it's not a burden. It's not nothing negative in my eyes. I think it's totally positive, and I'm lucky enough to be born into this family because, boy, I was a lucky boy to say that. Seriously, certain man don't get the chances that we get, or to be around certain situations or certain things that we get. So we have to appreciate that and actually realise that it's a serious thing we're in.
It sounds like a tough mission, innit?
Yeah, it's a tough mission, but yeah, weight is on us, but we're doing well, man.
Sure.
We're doing well.
In a lot of the dances in the 70s, it was a very strong black identity as well, you know. And within the community, whether you're from Jamaica, whether you're from Antigua or what, the theme was like to free yourself from the oppression which dictated that some people were getting a better way through life than others. And this equality, you know, the same thing that caused Bob Marley to say that until the color of a man's skin is no difference from the color of his eyes. Those are the things. So the song system was really the theme for like liberation and positive vibration and equality.
Politician them don't give a damn gone. Politician them don't give a damn. But this is something I'm a learn from education. They cannot find a true of it. Politician when they find a million, so they let nuclear bomber. America and England, them is the same gang. I saw them trying to get up by the Soviet Union. A couple years ago in a Vietnam, said the state under the
I used to love sound systems, and not only in them days, everybody had a sound system. All the teenagers, their brother would have a sound system, and they're playing their house. You know what I mean? House everywhere. In the 70s and through the late 70s to the early 80s, reggae was a big thing in England. Got a sound system Monday night or Wednesday night, Tuesday night. Every night you could find a sound system if you wanted to listen to reggae music, because it was very popular. All the young black people was into reggae big time. Even at my school, they had melodica. Some kids in the class bring melodica to school and play in the playground, like playing Pablo tunes. You know, because that end times that was the music. You know what I mean? That was everyone listened to that.
In fact, let's talk about them days. If you talk about sound system them days, right? Every sound, every town, Derby, even Derby, Manchester, Northampton, Peterborough, every virtual city had a sound system or had several sound systems. I can tell you in Chapeltown here now, Leeds already now, every street used to have a sound system. That's how it was. Street is a very street in sound system. You know what I mean? So obviously in London, same way I reckon, you know what I mean, that certain streets or cities had lots of sounds. There was more sounds them days than this day. Because them days it was more easier and managed to build sound because it was an in thing. You know what I mean? It was an in thing. It was rough. It was like a Jamaica really to it way back in the days. Yeah, but it was sound.
Man, they used to make their own kind of boxes, and then somebody used to make some different designs. You know what I mean?
Man used to carve boxes them days. Yeah. You see the grill? You buy a grill nowadays. Man used to carve a grill, make grill out of chisel and hammer. Yeah, some pretty box them days, man. Pretty. Quad box.
Sometimes you see some sound with some ugly box.
Oh, yeah.
Broke down. Hey, but he used to rip down the place. Yeah, you see some bass lines, some of them.
You see some songs sometime back in the days there, right? You see the front, yeah? See the front there, sir? And you go back, and no back pan it. Yes, so, no back pan the box, trust me. And some oblong, some square, some oval, some round box. This man, some odd looking stuff used to go on them days there. Trust me.
The first set of boxes was just like a square with cutouts. Full face, you'd have a wardrobe with 4 speakers in it. If you listen to the ratio of it now, because them times you're talking about something like 50 watts, 60 watt speakers. Now you're talking about 1,000, 1,200 watt speakers, you know? Before, as I said before, the boxes was a square. Now there's a lot of intricate designing where the sound moves bigger, faster, whatever. You know, you can use so much design to get so much different sounds. It's unbelievable. And there's still so much what I don't even know about also, you know? So sound has gone advanced with the wattage, the amplifications, the speakers. Everything is much more technical now than in the 70s. In the 70s, you had a valve amplifier where you just plug in with your bulging plug, big fat plugs, and your bass out of that amp and your tops out of that amp, you know? That was it. Sound is much